Instead of the ground-up tire pellet things over here, so I don't know if that made a difference.
I've heard that the cork is better.
Okay.
Environmental maybe, but
Environmentally.
it may degrade faster.
Okay.
It's natural.
It's a little misplaced, but you know.
Bring more cork.
Cooking on
Well,
something
the
burnt.
problem is you can put decaying
Okay.
cork on decaying cork, just
All right. This meeting is being held in accordance with Public Laws 1975, Chapter 231. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a note sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the Township website. I was going to invite him up, but he's already up. We would like to welcome Vice Commander of American Legion Post 228, Mark Krause, to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our service members here and abroad. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Laufer,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser. Present. Committeeman Capides,
Here.
Committeeman Huber,
Here.
Committeeman Weber.
Here.
Proclamations and announcements. The Springfield 55-plus residence calendar for July and August is out. I will admit it is less packed than your average month because we're in the summer. Springfield Public Library is pleased to host a summer concert. On Wednesday, July 15th, which is tomorrow, Trio will be performing at 6 p.m. in front of Town Hall. Bring your lawn chairs and enjoy an evening of classic rock and popular music favorites. In the event of inclement weather, the performance will be moved indoors at the library. The next Township Committee meeting is Tuesday, August 18th at 7 p.m. All storm debris must be placed by the curb no later than Sunday, July 19th. Please do not block storm drains. Debris must not exceed 5 feet in length or 10 inches in diameter. Brush placed at the curb after July 19th will not be collected. The Bid is pleased to announce a music festival. Thursday, July 23rd from 6 to 8. Music by the Characters. Only one act for a festival? That's not a festival, it's a concert. You said festival. It's a concert. Music by the Characters. Free ice cream and hot dogs while supplies last.
Cooking the hot dogs.
A hot dog truck, right? He was great. We had him for the 250th. He was excellent. Hot and the good humor. The good humor.
It's
Excellent.
good humor.
Excellent.
Mayor, before you go to the executive session,
Yeah.
I would like to read something.
Please.
Okay. The Springfield community is deeply mourning the recent loss of two beloved people and dedicated members of the town. Mike, and I'm going to ruin his last name, is Zakowski, and Lou Monaco. Mike was a passionate sports fixture who coached football, basketball, and lacrosse, serving as a driving force behind the creation of the Dayton Boys Lacrosse Program. Lou also spent many years coaching local youth while tirelessly serving the township as a former member of both the Zoning Board and the Springfield Board of Education, where he kept Caldwell School open. Together, both men served as exceptional ambassadors for our town through their selfishness and leadership. On behalf of the Springfield, we extend our heartfelt thoughts and prayers to the family as we take a moment to honor and remember these outstanding individuals. Those of you who know Lou, I've been in town and they voted to close Caldwell. He ran for the Board of Education and won. And he got enough votes to keep it open. And I commend him on that. And also, Mike, there was no lacrosse program really in town until he put his own money up and pushed it in this town. So both families, thank you.
Thank you very
Very well said, Rich.
100%. Before we go into exec, I want to make an announcement. On June 30th, the legislature passed the fiscal year 2027 budget, and Springfield, for the first time that I can recall, was placed and was given an appropriation in the budget through the advocacy of our representatives, Assemblyman Carney, Assemblyman McCurdy, as well as the Democratic members of the state Senate. We received $75,000 for recreation improvements to the pool. So that's good for us, and we'll look to put that to work once the pool season is over. And I'm not going to delay this executive session any longer because our entire audience almost is waiting for it. So is there, Madam Clerk, can we read the resolution?
Resolution
We may
7.
take action.
71426, whereas Article 6 of the Open Public Meetings Act provides that a public body may hold a closed session, and whereas the Township Committee will during this meeting enter into discussion of the following matters: attorney-client privilege and litigation, whereas matters to be discussed in closed session are to remain in the strictest of confidence by all Township Committee members in furtherance of their fiduciary duties to the Township. Now therefore, be it resolved, matters discussed at this meeting will be released to the public when the reasons for discussing and acting upon them in closed session no longer exist. May I have a motion?
Motion? Second.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're enclosed. All right. Welcome back. Thank you for those who waited. You soldiered on. Thank you. We have public comment on agenda items only. Okay, we're going to close public comment on agenda items only. Mr. Basicolo, Administrator's Report, followed by Mr. Spinelli.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A few things I want to touch on. We've got tentative schedule from PSC&G for road work. Oh, sorry.
Great work, Tamara.
Thank you, Tamara. Tentative schedule from PSC&G for Summit Springfield Avenue. They're doing work on the roadway. That's July 15th, 16th. Wednesday, July 15th, they're going to do milling from 8 to 1 on Mizell Ave. Summit Street, noon to 4, they're going to be doing work on milling on that. Thursday the 16th, Summit, again, they're milling 8 to 5. They're going to be working. So that's from PSC&G, work they're doing. I want to touch on a few other things. We had a question on line striping on the crosswalks. Because of the cost of it, we have to go out and get bids. So we're out waiting on final quotes for the 4 major intersections: Mountain Shun Pike, Mountain Hillside, Hillside South Springfield, and Mizell Milltown. The recycling center, I want to remind everybody that please do not dump things up there that do not belong. That center is monitored 24/7 by camera, and you will get a fine for it. Touching on the July 3rd storm, I know you did mention that, Mr. Mayor, but I just want to touch a few things on that. DPW had all the roads completely open within 24 hours. We removed all hanging branches and repaired all roadside trees within 48 hours. We did lose 4 trees in that storm. We're halfway through the 13 parks cleaning up debris and checking for any further tree damage. We had no damage to public property or township equipment related to the storm. We're out now on the curbside storm debris. And again, just to go over what we will and will not take, collection is limited to storm damage only. Debris must not exceed 5 feet in length or 10 feet in diameter. Contractors cannot put shrubs out that they've taken out, or anything like that. Debris must be placed at the curb no later than Sunday, July 19th. We're going to start canvassing on the 7th, and we do not schedule specific areas. So we will get to the entire town, but in the sequence, I cannot tell you. Brush placed after the 19th will not be taken away. Remember, please don't block up the storm inlets. I wanted to talk briefly about our salt dome. I will show you briefly where we are speaking of. I think everybody knows this is over on Edison Place, but just so everyone can see, here's our lot.
Yep.
Salt dome is going to go back in here. We're in the process now of getting prices to clear, level the lot, and then we got to look at paving. I've also met with Atlantic Federal because our lot is, we come in here. That's a kind of a dangerous spot in order to enter and exit. We're asking them for an easement so we can enter over here. It's a much safer area to enter from. So I'll keep you informed when we get all of the details further on that. I wanted to speak to you briefly about Oakland Park. Thursday morning, the contractor will be there with one of his foremen to start laying out what has to be done, and the work will begin sometime next week. And I have impressed upon them, not only on the purchase order, that time is of the essence. We lose our funding September 1st. So they're
It'll be done
fully
by August
aware,
21st.
they're fully aware that it has to be done by September 1st.
Okay.
And I sent a follow-up email Monday because the county sent us another note that there will be no extension. So I don't think I could be any clearer unless I go down there and pound them.
I want to make sure.
They are fully aware that this has got to be done by September 1st. So I don't know how to make it any clearer to them. Duffy's Lot, we're in the process right now of trying to get, we want to replace the pipe that runs along the back. We've got our permits from DEP, but we've got to get easement agreements to go on the couple of lots that are in the back there, to rip the pipe out and put a new pipe in. So our township attorney is working on that with a couple of owners of the lots to get those easements done. So we'll keep you abreast of what's happening there. But Duffy's Lot, realistically, we're looking at next year.
Okay.
There won't be a whole lot done this year, probably. Other than that, I don't know if there's anything else or anyone has any questions?
I do.
Yes.
Oh, you want to go first?
Well, why don't we do the lines ourselves?
That's my question.
But,
One.
We used to.
well, I will ask Mr. Betcher that. That's a question for him. I know he's got a valid reason for not doing them.
I mean, I'm just saying, because years ago, they used to hire college kids during the summer, whatever they pay, and they used to do the lines. I realize insurances have changed and all that.
I think it's more of an issue of quality and safety, quite frankly. But let me talk to him and I'll come back to you.
I'm with Rich. One of my question number one was, it's probably cheaper to buy a line striping machine and just stripe them ourselves. That way we can stripe the whole town.
We do have one,
Oh,
but I think we've had some issues, so let me check that and get back to you, please.
number two, Salt Dome, done by winter?
Yes,
Okay, number three, I will verify with John. Oakland Park, this guy, this place says that they will have this thing done in time. There's been emails sent stressing, I guess that what we have on our side is that this is going to be more of a sitting park than a recreation park. And the last thing I have is that I had a lengthy conversation with the county about Mizell, the fountain, or the lack of fountain, the aerator that is turned up. It's my understanding from the county, and it's the county's understanding, but they were not 100% certain that we don't have a fountain like Mohegan would have because the pond at Mizell is too shallow. They're gonna work on it for us if it is even possible, but for right now, the aerator will be repaired and it will be a faux fountain. If that's what it is, they'll turn it up and get the fountain effect from the aerator, but they have to replace the electric line because a tree during the storm fell and knocked out the power to the fountain.
There you go.
thank you.
That conclude,
That concludes my report.
Mr. Spinelli.
Am I on? I'm on.
You're on.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to thank everyone who was involved with the 250th events that we had all year. They were fantastic. Everyone seemed to have a really enjoyable time. And from the library to this committee to everyone who helped in the back office of Town Hall, and even the people that aren't involved and aren't here, I want to thank each and every one of you. And 4th of July, for lack of a better phrase, went off with a bang. It was phenomenal. I know you were there. Come on.
Over 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, over
Beautifully done.
Great.
Well handled. And again, I'm going to give full credit to Jennifer Law for that. She deserves it. She worked really hard on it, and it's because of her that everything went as smoothly as it did. And I will also give that to Scott Seidel as well. Thank you to both of them. My report tonight goes over both the Business Improvement District and the public information, so it's going to be intertwined. So stick with me on what it is. First and foremost, this one is for our deputy mayor. We are working on the streetscape as we speak. The bid has been speaking to Adam, who is involved with getting us the rendering. We shall have it soon enough. I was on the phone with him today. That will include around the area of the park, which is on the side of South Springfield, where the strip mall is, and also across from that, where the Shell station is. We're talking about doing 8 feet over there as well. So all these will help keep the area looking nicely. I would like to talk to the committee at one point, if we could, about possibly getting the county in to maybe look at the lines over on Mountain in that area, because it looks like the crosswalks in there could use a little bit of TLC. So maybe we could have a conversation about that, because if we're going to have that park there and the traffic that we're looking for, hopefully we can possibly have that done as well. Fall Festival, October 18th. We had meetings about this. We're getting everything together. It's looking bigger and better than ever, and I don't mean that to just say that. I mean, this is going to be twice the size. We've got recreation behind us, and I want to thank Adam for getting involved in that from recreation, and Scott and Jen again. And again, Mayor, thank you for coming in with that as well. This will be a large event that we are going to have recreation bringing in their costume contest. And again, I have to say, Deputy Mayor, thank you as well. Your suggestions have been well taken, and we're making this what you guys have spoken about. So thank you all. Look for it, look for the flyers coming out soon, and hope to see everybody from Springfield and the surrounding areas there. The bid marketplace has been talked about for a while. It's finally out. Tomorrow morning, you'll be able to use the QR codes and go right onto the bid marketplace. And what it is a place for all 1,700 businesses in the township to be able to market themselves, as we are allowing them to put whatever they want on there for marketing. It also allows you to get deals on there by using the QR code. You scan it, you choose a deal that you want to have. If you want to go to, we'll use Halo Roasters, for instance. You can pick the deal from there. You can go up to the register. You'll be able to show your deal to the register and be able to get that deal, and you can also get reward points as well. All will be explained. We'll have videos. We'll have, things on the website that'll be able to show you. So look for that. We are going to have.
Can you go to the senior citizens and explain that to them?
So what we're going to do is we are going to explain it to the senior citizens. We're going to do that, but we're also coming up with a program separately for them, because we know not all of them have cell phones and want to utilize that. We're going to probably come up with like a gold card program where they'll be able to show that gold card and be able to get the same thing. We never want to leave anybody out of the programs that we're doing. That was one of the bigger things we brought up. Thank you for bringing that up, though. Again, I know you brought up the event that's coming up on the 23rd, so we have that. When we're done with that one, we'll probably be announcing another one that we'll be having toward the beginning of the school year, because, and I'll now get into this, we're going to have a drawing of 3 winners. When you register on the program, it will randomly pick, as of August 15th, it will pick 3 random people who are registered in that span of time from July 15th to August 15th. Those 3 people will get, the first prize is $1,000 cash, second one is $500 cash, and the third one is $250 cash. So keep your eyes open for that, and those are for people that will register. It's a free registration for the marketplace. All residents are allowed to register, so hopefully we'll get as many people as possible. We're also going to do, and this one is for you, I guess I'm just going down to each one. We're going to be doing our spend $25, get $10 off, as everybody's wanted to. When you register on that program, or if you have the card, you'll be able to spend $25, you get $10 off, so you're actually spending $15. So we will be bringing that out. That'll also start as of tomorrow. We will have that. We'll be putting out all the businesses that are involved. All 40 businesses will be on the list to show the people who they are, and then they can go out and purchase. Again, 1 per person. As again, supplies last. Now, something else we're going to be adding into the program, we're going to be doing what a lot of other towns have been doing, and I got to speak to Adam about this today, the Scarecrow program. Every other town has done it. We're now going to join the group. We're going to be doing the Scarecrows for Halloween, where we're going to get hay bales and the crosses to be able to give to the small businesses to have them get involved. Residents can also get involved. They will be able to vote for who they want, which scarecrow they like, whether it's a resident, a family, or a small business. And at the end, we'll be announcing who wins those. We'll be putting them on the polls.
Resident will be, like, if I love Halloween and I want to make a scarecrow, I can make a scarecrow.
We'll drop it off to your house. We will drop off, go ahead.
You drop all the stuff off at his house,
Yes.
and just say he has young kids.
Uh-huh.
Go put it on a pole. You'll go to the pole and judge it?
We'll put them on the poles, actually. We don't want them putting them on the poles. We will put them on the poles for safety reasons. They'll have a number hanging from them, and anybody can vote. We'll have it on Facebook, so people can vote online, okay? But we will be the ones, and I did this elsewhere, we will be the ones bringing the hay bales, picking them up, because I want to be able to zip tie them to the poles properly and make sure DPW sees it for safety reasons, since it will be on Mountain Avenue. Say again? Yes, we'll have all supplies will be a recreation, all small businesses, I'll be able to drop it off to the small businesses if they want to get involved. I'll drop it off personally to them. And the last one, finally, we have the grant program right now that's going on for small businesses that are doing updates to their building, or new small businesses. We're doing 5, as of now, signs, summer signs, and summer awnings. So if you're a small business in town, we've sent an email blast out, but if you're hearing us now, please go onto our website. It's a basic informational application. You do have to go through the process through the building department and make sure that you're approved first. Once you're approved, you pay the invoice. We will then, the bid will pay for $2,500 toward a sign or an awning with a small business in town.
Nice.
And that completes my report. Any
Thank
questions?
you,
Anything else?
Jay.
Get approved by the...
Everything has to be approved by building before we even start to do anything. Has to be approved, and then the invoice has to be a paid invoice. We will then bring it into the board, and the board will then elect on it.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to Alex's second favorite part of the meeting. There are no minutes, so I'm sorry we rob you of that, Alex. I'm very sorry.
It was vacations.
Moving on to new business ordinances on second reading, Madam Clerk.
Okay, ordinance 2026-13. This ordinance amends the land use provisions at Chapter 35 of the Township Code within Section 35-10.1, amendments to zoning map to rezone the rear portion of the property located at 171 Route 22 eastbound, Block 3703, Lot 1, from the General Industrial I-40 Zone District to the Highway Commercial H-C Zone District.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-13 as read by Madam Clerk with the publication on the Township website on July 16th, 2026.
Second.
All right, public hearing for ordinance 2026-13 is now open. If anybody would like to speak on ordinance 2026-13, now is your time.
This is just specifically for the Kia dealership.
Auto Land.
Right.
Oh, yeah, this is Autoland.
Autoland's gonna be opening up a Kia section, and this is just opening up some land so they can have a Kia section now, right?
It actually had, their lot actually has two zones on the one lot. So we're just combining it and putting that under one zone.
Okay, there you go. All right. Seeing nobody from the public who wants to comment on 2026-13, I will close the public hearing. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Sure. Deputy Mayor Kaiser.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber.
Yes.
Committeeman Capides.
Yes.
Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Laufer.
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance 2026-14. This ordinance amends the land use provisions set forth in Chapter 35 of the Township Code by permitting car washes as a conditional use within the Highway Commercial H-C Zone District pursuant to Section 35-41, conditional uses, thereby amending Appendix A, Schedule of Zoning Limitations of Chapter 35 to include car washes. Am I reading this right? As a permitted conditional use within the Highway Commercial Zone District, establishing specific conditional use standards for car washes within Section 35-41.2, specific requirements, and adding a definition of a car wash within Section 35-7 definitions.
Way to soldier through that bad microphone.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-14 as read by Madam Clerk with publication on the Township website on July 16, 2026.
Second.
All right, I'm going to open public hearing on ordinance 2026-14. Public comment is now open. I am going to close public comment. This is for the car wash that's looking to go on by Nissan where there's currently a
For their
parking lot.
purpose, right?
No, I believe it's
For
for public.
Yeah, they are selling the lot.
They're selling the lot, that is correct. All right, all in favor, Madam Clerk?
Deputy Mayor Kaiser.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber.
Yes.
Committeeman Capides.
Yes.
Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Laufer.
Yes. All right, we have no ordinances on first we have no ordinances on first reading, possibly later.
Okay.
We have no ordinances on first reading. We're now moved on to resolutions. If you would like a resolution pulled, please say so. Resolution 2026-203, 2026-204, 2026-205, 2026-206, 2026-207, 2026-208, 2026-209, 2026-210, 2026-211, 2026-212, 2026-213, 2026-214, 2026-215.
Pull 2026-215.
Okay, we're going to pull 2026-215. Madam Clerk. Oh, we need a motion, sorry. Yeah, we need a motion.
Motion to,
Oh,
Yeah.
All
We need a
right, I'll
second.
make a motion to adopt the following resolutions by consent agenda. Resolution 2026-203 through Resolution 2026-214.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Okay. Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeeman Kapidis.
Yes.
Committeeman Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Laufer.
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 2026-215. This resolution finds that Springfield Urban Renewal Corp., the redeveloper of property located at Block 706, Lot 10 in the township, is in default of the redevelopment agreement with the township and authorizes termination of the township's redevelopment agreement and financial agreement with the Springfield Urban Renewal Corporation.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, as you are aware, I pulled this because this is a very nuanced resolution that is on the agenda for Township Committee's consideration tonight. Along with Mr. Dowd, I have asked our redevelopment attorney, Mr. Trank, to be present for this meeting, and I appreciate him making the time to be here. Wondering, for the benefit of the Township Committee as well as the general public, if Mr. Trank would just like to summarize for us and the general public again what this resolution is doing, the situation that we are in, and just give us an overview, if you wouldn't mind, of what the antithesis of this resolution is about. You can stand there if you'd like to take a seat. You can sit there as well, whatever you're more comfortable with.
Just, yeah, please, the mic, because we want everybody to hear this thing. Hit the button and it'll turn green. There you go.
It's on.
Nope.
No, now it's off.
And pull it as close to you as possible, because you won't hear it from you. It's got to be close.
Okay.
There you go.
Good. Good evening, Mayor and Council Committee persons. Thank you for inviting me and allowing me to provide a quick overview. My name is Richard Trank, T-R-E-N-K. Trank, Isabel, Siddiqui, and Shadanian, and I've been honored to serve as redevelopment counsel. Since this project started to have numerous issues, and as set forth in the resolution, which will obviously be a public record in a few minutes, the township attorney will read the very last couple of paragraphs that clarify a few of the, we'll call it, action items that are going to occur. This project has been fully approved and subject to full permits and whatnot. As you know, it's about 140 units that are approved with 30,000 square feet of commercial and parking, and it was approved in December of 2015. So we are in our 11th year. The actual designation of this spot for redevelopment goes back to 2006. So we're 20 years since you designated that this site, which is obviously right at the heart of this township, be redeveloped. And as has been said by many people, the construction official, the township engineer, the code official, the municipal court, everyone within the town has been involved in attempting to assist and facilitate so this project could be done, so that the affordable units that are part and parcel of the approvals and your township ordinances be implemented, and that people be able to live there. The whole point is not just to approve it, but to get it with a occupancy so that families and people can grow up and live in this great community, which again, this project is uniquely situated within 100 feet of an elementary school. I mean, you can't pick a better site in terms of location. So what the resolution points out, and which has been a subject of a tremendous amount of effort, is that there's 67 notices that have been given to this redeveloper of deficiencies. They have occurred in every sense of it. And I want to point out just one of many is that the appellate division of the state of New Jersey has upheld the fines, and the fines have been paid $67,500. There are still, notwithstanding that, 21 summonses that are pending. Trials have begun, and those are pending before the Springfield Municipal Court in August. So basically, what this ordinance does, and the other key factor that is part of the redevelopment agreement, is this project was supposed to be completed within 30 months, that's 2.5 years, of when all the final governmental approvals were provided, and that was before COVID, and we all know COVID was in March of 2020. There have also been a number of safety issues here between electricity and wires, between a power pole that fell. You all know this because you live here and you see it every day and every week and hear about it. But this has not been a gotcha moment by any stretch. This has been an arduous, torturous process. The developer has sued us, the developer has appealed, the developer has attempted and exercised every remedy to delay and not to get this project done. There is a point when the Superior Court appointed an independent construction manager. We would meet in the conference room every single month to talk about, okay, and that was 2 years ago, and we had a series of probably 14 meetings where the first and last question was, what's going to happen to get this project done in the next, keep this project moving? Has there been, quote, start and stop progress? Yes, I remember when I started, there was a hair salon on it. I've never seen a redevelopment project with a hair salon on it, and it had no electricity, no safety, and finally, after we went to court numerous times, the presiding judge said, that has to come down. There's just no reason for that to be there. So this resolution basically lays it out. It's 17 pages. I welcome anyone. You know, we have all of the notices and the backup exist and have been provided. And I would yield to the township attorney to read the amended language that is proposed for the end of the resolution.
Thank you, Rich. Good evening, Mayor. So the only changes to the resolution as previously distributed, and the new updated version is being distributed now, is on the very final page where the therefore clauses exist. So I'll read off the now therefore clauses. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Springfield that, based upon the foregoing facts and circumstances, the township finds that the redeveloper has defaulted and is in breach of the redevelopment agreement for failure, among other things, to timely complete the project. And it is further resolved that if the redeveloper fails to cure the breaches as set forth here and above, within 30 days of receipt of a copy of this resolution, then the redevelopment agreement and the financial agreement with the redeveloper shall be deemed to be terminated, and the township reserves any and all rights and remedies available to it under existing law. And it is further resolved that this resolution shall be effective immediately. I will note that there was the date of adoption inadvertently indicated, unless it was corrected, June 23rd, I think, but it should read July 14th, of course, in the final version.
Yep.
And that is all.
That edit will need to be made, yeah. Other than that,
Sure that the people know that he has been paying, has been paying taxes on the land, right? Am I correct?
he has.
He has.
Yes.
Yes, I don't, you know, we have been collecting some taxes on it, not on the building, on the land itself. You can't get it on the building because it's not occupied, am I correct, Richard?
That's my understanding.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just wanna
that's
make sure. You know, people understand that.
Rich, before we go a little bit further, and before we go into this, just because these are the certain questions that we're gonna face, and people are gonna ask, you know, why now, and is this at the end of the road for this? Can you tell us, and the people out there listening right now, what's the next steps and how much we've tried to make this work, and are we at the end of the road with this at this point?
So difficult, because again, I'm sure nobody, if you were sitting there 11 years ago, would have thought it could possibly have taken this long. So I can't predict the future, or else I wouldn't be here. So what I would say is the record is clear and unequivocal. The accommodations the flexibility, and when I use the word flexibility, I mean the service that your professionals have provided to try to assist to get this project done has been more than frankly, I yield to the professionals and certainly to the township manager, but those resources haven't been put into any other project that I can imagine, including projects that have gone up a lot quicker, literally, half a mile from here, on the Saxford Avenue site. So short answer is, you've done everything humanly possible, and without taking action, there's no end in sight. So where that takes us and what that causes to occur, I can't predict, other than that the record has been made, and it's not just been made before your residents and before you, but before the courts, and the appellate division has affirmed that. So frankly, this path has not been taken lightly, and it is difficult to conceive of why there is not the attention being paid to this site by the developer. It's impossible, and there's no excuse that's been given, including in a pleading that was filed yesterday. They claim surprise that there is still more work, yet the record, the pictures, and the condition is clear.
That was the exact information I was looking for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex, Chris, do you have anything to add?
Just to drive home the point that I think we've been driving home as all of us up here for nearly 8 years, at least majority of us, that our downtown redevelopment has been a priority number one. Up here, a lot of us did not approve this project. We take much pride in a lot of the projects going forward in our downtown and our town, and we're very proud of the work that this administration has done and continues to do every single day to basically get a downtown that we are all proud of. This building was approved before us, but that doesn't mean that we aren't going to get it done, and get it done, but done right. And up until this point, we can't continue to reward bad behavior, and we are taking all necessary steps to ensure that it's done correctly and something that we can all be proud of. 140 units, 21 of which are helping, or what we hope to meet our goal of affordable housing, has not been done in 12 years. I don't know if there's another development project when you drive around the rest of Union County and neighboring communities that a development can't get done in 12 years. They go up very quickly. A lot of them look great and continue to make downtowns around our state something to be proud of. But 12 years is unacceptable when the project was supposed to be completed in 2.5 years. That's staggering that we're still up here discussing this. And it's completely frustrating, meeting after meeting, year after year, that this is not getting done. And it's not getting done, it's just not getting done right. It's not getting done in a livable way. So I think that we're all up here and trying our best to do it, and I think at a certain point we have reached our end goal of trying to reward bad behavior, and I think this meets.
I don't want you to forget, though, your point that you made in executive, where he's held up affordable housing at this point now for people who need it.
Yes, that's
for
21
years.
units of trying to meet of our obligations and providing for teacher salaries, fire salaries, police salaries, public servants, the young families. That's what's meeting our moderate income level to serve here. That's needed housing in our community that is not getting done because somebody decides to sit on a project for 12 years. 12 years is a long time.
Take notice, if anybody from the state is watching, we've tried to get this thing built so you can have your affordable housing and everything else.
67 notices is just staggering. I don't know if there's a comparable site in our town that gets 67 notices. We've won. That we can't hammer that home enough. This guy, we are winning, right? Every battle that we take, we are winning and trying to compel him to do the right thing. With this, enough is enough. I'll proudly vote for this resolution today.
I just want to add, if it's okay, Mayor, don't forget, the whole purpose of redevelopment is to be the spark plug, the anchor. If you can't get the main part, if you can't get the fire started, you know, think about all the private investment. Think about the 250 plus people who would live there, who would, you know, frequent your businesses and you know, be, you know, productive members of your community. So it's a failure. It's a clear failure by the redeveloper, and so your patience, your people's willingness to work with them should not be overlooked. This is not somebody who's playing gotcha. Certainly not the township. This is it's inconceivable without any excuse or justification. And again, as you see here now, you look at the facade and you say, okay, so why aren't they doing punch list items, and why aren't there crews out there day in and day out? You know, and you don't get an answer. It's not for a failure in any way, shape, or form, or by any action by the township.
And in this, just to drive home, there's been, I think, 2 other projects.
Yeah.
2 or 3 other projects completed that we have approved after this December of 2015. Completed, done, rented out fully. So that should drive it home that this is not a Springfield, right? This is a single developer who is failing to meet the moment.
Metropolitan was double the size.
Yes.
Double the size?
Double the size.
There's your proof.
Right?
Yeah.
And Garden Homes had it completed, John, in how long?
I believe that was maybe 2 years, but that's not only done, it's fully rented.
2 years fully rented from tearing Saks down to building an entire new complex of 300-plus units within 2 years.
Several amenities, by the way.
With-
Yeah.
I just want to be clear, several amenities and retail.
And I know I'm talking a lot, but I promise my final say on this is that, you know, unfortunately, this was inherited back from, you said, 2006. And we're just trying to make the best of what we got stuck with on this from him.
So I heard something today that I don't think I heard. The original proposal for this was in 2006. So this project has been in the hopper for 20 years.
20 years ago is when you designated this as an area.
When we designated this as an area in need of redevelopment, we did this 20 years. So in 1 year's time, this project will be old enough to drink. And the thought of the amount of work that can get done in 20 years is staggering. I want to commend Rich, I want to commend Mike, I want to commend Anthony, John, every professional that's been involved here. I know I sound like a broken record, but, you know, we have tried the carrot in stick and carrot. And it is a time, and I also want to give a shout out to Committeeman Capides, who's been instrumental in getting this process going. This project is turning into the topic of conversation wherever, I'm speaking for myself, wherever I go in town. What's going on with this project? What's going on with this project? And I finally now have an answer that I can support and be proud of. So for that, is there a motion on Resolution 2026?
Motion?
215. Huber, is there a second?
Second.
Kaiser. Madam Clerk.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes, Madam Clerk, and I beg the committee's indulgence for a second.
Please.
I agree with everything that's been said up here. You know, our families and our residents have lived with this construction site in the heart of our downtown for way too long. And I too am tired of getting the infamous question year after year after year. This has been going on with years of delays, safety concerns, court proceedings, and unfortunately, it's become an eyesore of our everyday life. And unfortunately, as we've said up here, it's been an eyesore for the community. And throughout that time, I believe the township has been in good faith to move this project forward. You know, we've declared multiple defaults under this agreement. We have addressed safety concerns, court proceedings. I think Mr. Trank said something about 67 notices. And we provided every reasonable opportunity for compliance. We've attempted to be good partners in this endeavor. But every partnership depends on both parties to honor their commitments. And I agree, after an unexcusable number of years, it's time for enforcement of this agreement. It's an unacceptable time frame to ask this community to wait. Our residents deserve a completed project, a downtown with businesses that we can support and enjoy. And everyone up here are residents too. We see this every day, and we are frustrated, and we also are very anxious to see this project completed. Now, I support enforcing this redevelopment agreement and moving this project forward, and everyone's effort, from our redevelopment attorney to our engineer, to our township attorney up here, to our building inspectors and code enforcement officers, and this is a monster project that we've been talking about it. But I cannot support, and I will not support, providing what I believe is another unnecessary 30-day extension after we've given them numerous opportunities to comply. And for that reason, I'm voting no.
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Laufer?
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
All right. Moving on to discussion and action items. Is there a motion to accept the resignation of Jody Bergen as a member of the Board of Health?
Motion?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. Also, is there a motion to accept the appointments of Eric Dubois, health educator, as a member of the Board of Health, and myself as a member of the Board of Health?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Now, moving to Alex's favorite part of the meeting, finance.
I have a question on that, but just move on. We'll make a motion to accept the payroll and invoices for the period of June 24th, 2026 through July 14th, 2026 in the amount of $3,836,154.58.
Second.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yep.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Yes. Next is correspondence, Springfield Planning Board meeting, July 22nd, 6:30 PM, regarding 230 Mountain Avenue, the J General, great name, store to add additional 18 seats. Now, finally, public comment on any governmental issue. Please come up.
Wendy Jones, 158 Milltown Road, Springfield, New Jersey. While you were in executive session, I read the entire information about the Gomes project, and not since Bleak House have I read anything like that. So I actually think you were much too patient. 12 years is too long. Okay. I'm glad that's over and we can get started on someone who's actually going to get the work done. I know it was exhausting and upsetting and depressing. So I'm glad that's over. Now, you said that on May 27th you were going to be talking to the person who is going to be developing, I call it Smuggler's Cove, because that's what it was when we came here in 1988. What's happened with that? Scotty's, yeah.
Heard Smuggler's Cove.
Yeah, well, 88.
It took me a second.
Yeah, that was what stuck, because that was what it was when we came.
Smuggler's Cove.
The
Yeah.
only thing that's left on that is the financials to be addressed, to see where we are as far as a pilot.
Okay.
So is there a specific question?
Well, I did some research on Spring Mill Manor, and I know that's 32 Blacks Lane, and that's a 55-plus older person building. And I was surprised to find out that the agreement that the township made was that the landlord could increase, now it's 20% of the 140, no, this is 40 units. The 20% of the 40 units are subsidized, 80% are not. But the 80% that are not, the rent hikes can be 8, 10, 12, any amount until 2034, which sounded rather onerous to me. I realize that 20% is subsidized, but the 80%, not all of them are wealthy people. I mean, I can see from what I saw on the website that, you know, the people that they're focusing it on are the New Yorkers in my hometown who are fleeing the high rents in Manhattan and need to commute, you know, back to Manhattan. But that there's no cap on the 80% that aren't subsidized seems very, very strange. So I hope that you're not going to do that again with this this new development. It just seems like too much, you know, for the people to bear. People over 55, not all of them are wealthy. I mean, if they were, they would have mansions somewhere. I doubt if they'd be coming to Springfield, right? And I doubt if they'd still be working after 55, right? Okay. So that.
I would like to look into that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's correct.
Okay.
Let me review that.
Okay,
I want
okay.
to call our redevelopment attorney on that in the morning.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it's always good to check your research. And the last thing is very, you know, minor, but now my life partner put out some leaf bags some time ago, and we're not sure why they weren't picked up. Now, some of them have some branches in them. This is not storm debris. This is a while back. So we want to know, when are they going to be picked up? Any idea?
Was it from, not from the storm?
Not from the storm. This is way before the storm.
Leaf bags?
Yeah, bags, you know.
I bring mine over to, you gotta bring
You
them
have
over
to
to
bring them to the pool.
You have to bring them to the pool?
I bring mine
Oh,
over.
you don't pick them up? Okay, all right. We haven't had a car since 2024.
Years
so.
ago, we used to pick them up.
Okay.
But they stopped that.
Okay, all right.
years.
All right, we'll get someone to help us out, yeah, because we don't have a car anymore. Okay, all right, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Anybody else, any member of the public wish to address the Township Committee? If not, I'm going to go ahead and close public comment. And Madam Clerk, one more executive session, as if one wasn't enough.
Okay. Resolution 71426B, whereas Article 6 of the Open Public Meetings Act provides that a public body may hold a closed session, and whereas the Township Committee will during this meeting enter into discussion of the following matters: attorney-client privilege and personnel, whereas the matters to be discussed in closed session are to remain in the strictest of confidence by all Township Committee members in furtherance of their fiduciary duties to the Township. Now therefore, be it resolved, matters discussed at this meeting will be released to the public when the reasons for discussing and acting upon them in closed session no longer exist.
Before we do that, and we're going to have to do another motion, during public comment, I forgot to read an online submission by Michael Bartosh. So if everybody would indulge me, would we see the crosswalks painted before the school year? The answer is we are out for quotes, and it will be completed before school starts. And the second was just a suggestion: when Robbie Betcher retires, a plaque should be mounted on the front of the DPW building, calling it the Robbie Betcher Building. Listen, man's been working on bad leg for how long? Worthy of consideration. Sorry, can we have another motion to go in? Second, all in favor? We're closed.
Will we be taking action?
We may be taking action.
You're back.
Are we good? Is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion to
Second.
Huber, second to Kaiser. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Adjourn.